Hello, I'm Bill Booz, and I'm back with another video. This time totally ad-libbing, no teleprompter in front of me. Got my EM1 recording, and as you can see, I've got a little lavalier mic here. I'm trying this audio out. It's directly connected into the EM1's mic in port, and should give me fairly decent sound compared to using what I did last time, which was this Rode Video Micro. A new product from Rode, the Australian company, a microphone company or audio company. This plugs right into it goes into the hot shoe. This is what I used last time. It goes into the hot shoe of the camera and plugs right into the mic port with this cable. And one of the reasons I got this, well, got off a little bit of a tangent here, and I'm on recording the video, and I'm controlling it with the Olympus Share app over Wi-Fi, so I can see how the framing is going, although I can't really keep looking down at that and do the video. One of the reasons that I got this particular mic, because I have another one that is specifically for using with smartphones, but that's really all I mean, you can't use them with like the camera I'm using right now. Whereas the Video Micro comes with this windshield, which is referred to as a dead cat. Animal lovers may not like that name, but that's generally what they're referred to as, to cut down wind noise, particularly when you're outside. It's nice and small. I've got the Video Mic. I think that's what it's called, the Video Mic. It's a much bigger unit and records great sound, but with the smaller camera, I thought this was more appropriate. And takes up less space when you're packing things and trying to travel with things. But it also, if I buy another cable, which I did, this cable, which has one gray end and one black end, this plugs into the mic, and the other end will plug into the mic port or earphone port on your iPhone. And you can record a bit better quality audio when you're doing videos on using an iPhone or a smartphone. It works with Android phones as well. So that got me off on a whole nother tangent from what I started this video series for, which was primarily, as I said in my introduction, to both have you have an opportunity to follow me through my relearning how to do video and learning new, because there were a lot of things I didn't learn the last time, and for me to eventually get to a point where I'm satisfied with both the audio, the lighting, and different places that I might record this in our house, and start to do videos on things that interest me, that I want to share with others, such as my new Olympus Air new concept camera from Olympus. Some things that will augment one-to-one tutoring that I do in learning how to take better control of your camera, or more control of your camera, and improve your own photography. So that's the ultimate goal of the series, as well as talking about products that I use and like. One of the things I appreciate with a lot of the podcasts that I listen to is the folks that do have advertise those things that they use and are comfortable promoting as an advertisement. So the same is true for me. Although I have no advertisement, I'm not making money from any of this, don't intend to, but I will share products that I use, both for photography and for my own technology related activities. But this took me off an event, as I said, because this will work with an iPhone, because a lot of people use iPhones, particularly with the new iPhone 6s. I have a 6, my wife has a 6 Plus. When it's time for me to renew, I'll get a 6 Plus, and the camera, as you probably have heard, the 6 Plus is an excellent camera, the 12 megapixel, and the 6S Plus. It's a 12 megapixel camera, and so it really lends itself to being a terrific tool to use for capturing images and also video. So that took me off on a little trip to make a stabilizer or a holder, because if I'm going to have this and a microphone, the camera and the microphone, then I I needed to be able to control the image in the back of the phone as well. So I picked up this L bracket. This is one solution that people have talked about. And this will accommodate the, whoops, that's the wrong way. So this will accommodate the microphone in a cold shoe, but, like a hot shoe, but no real contacts. And by using this another new product that I purchased, this is the Shoulder Pod, I believe it's called, and it's another device that lets you hold a smartphone, and it's adjustable in size, and it will actually accommodate a 6 Plus. The one I have my 6 will work in, but a 6 Plus will not. So by putting the phone in this, it's expanded for my wife's 6 Plus. So, okay, it's nice and tight, as you can see. So I can put this base on that has a wrist strap between the main holder and the bottom, and now I have it's a stable way to do video with the iPhone. So that by itself is a nice help and a nice addition. If I take the bottom off, then I can use this as both a stand. It will sit on a surface like this and stand that way, or I can put it on a surface like this. It becomes a little stand for your iPhone. But it has a 1/4-20 socket there that goes into that L bracket, which has 2 cold shoes, and then this movable piece here that will screw into a 1/4-20. And now I plug the iPhone, or plug the microphone into it, and it gets its power from the iPhone, and I can start recording with this, and bingo, I'm ready to go. So I'm getting good audio from this mic, especially if I'm outside, and I'm getting decent video from the iPhone itself. So that was one direction I went in looking at how I might use an iPhone for doing video. Obviously, not obviously, but mainly when I would be on the go and may not have all my other gear with me. And it's certainly a lot smaller footprint than is the EM1. But then I got off on this track. I love to play with PVC pipe and see what you can make with PVC pipe. And a couple years ago, when I was starting to work with video, I discovered this guy called, or his channel is called Frugal Filmmaker. His name is Scott Eggleston, and he was in a master's program, I believe, in fine arts and video making. And so he had a stabilizer attached, or a stabilizer PVC, made out of PVC, which was sort of like this, but then it had a back frame so you could hold it, and you could really just carry it low on the ground, or hold it up like this with 2 hands. So I've designed this adaptation of that with 1/2-inch PVC pipe, 4 elbows, and I'm still sizing the horizontal, but this phone will fit in the same holder, will fit on this point of the stabilizer. Okay, there we go. So now I have a stabilizer for the phone, and I just ordered some 1/4-inch to cold shoe adapters. So I'll put one of those in this connection point, and the microphone can go right here. It has a 3/8-inch screw in, but this is a 1/4-inch bolt, so that won't work. So that would be another way. I could get a 1/4-inch to 3/8-inch adapter, but so you can see I can have the same kind of setup I had on that small L bracket, which is obviously a lot smaller and a lot better to use. But I did this because I'm going to add 2 connectors up here as well, so I can also add a light. So I got this LED light, which will also go on as a cold shoe, and That can go up here to add light to the scene. Or it could go down here. I think I left enough space for it to go. Maybe I didn't. Well, I can always move the phone over a little bit, but it can go down here. It could go up here, go over here once I put these two additional attachments there. So that was one thought. The other thought was that I might want to use this Tascam DR40 recorder to get separate external sound, and that will screw into here because it has a quarter 20 connector on the back of it. So that could go in here and just sit right there. The microphones point right out, or I could actually attach this microphone to it, and again, to get good sound. So this was one tangent I went off on, and I'm putting this video together mainly because I've been writing about this on my blog at www.infotour.com/blog, and for the last couple weeks, and thought probably since I'm talking about video, I should make a video about this as well. Okay, so let me take this off, and I think those were most of the show and tells that I had. The LED, this LED light really turned out to be bigger than I expected it to be, and it's a bit heavy, so I may look for a smaller one. This is still a useful light because obviously, as I've talked about before, when I'm doing video, you need to have constant light. You can't use flashes. So I'm using this clamp light over here to give me a serve as kind of a main light, and I've got the Luminator LED light over here that's lighting up this side of my face, and I've got another clamp light with a daylight, just as this one has a daylight fluorescent bulb in it over here to light the background a little bit. And the next time I do a video, I'm going to put a backdrop up and see how that. I've got a white backdrop and a backdrop, and we'll see how that works. But this can certainly serve as, say, maybe the light that illuminates the area behind me, maybe a little bit higher, so it also highlights. It becomes like a hair light to separate me from the background more. But that's the point: is to experiment with all these things, and to share that experimentation with you, and hopefully motivate you if you're thinking about doing this to actually doing it, and to again help you avoid the mistakes that I make and the expenditures that I make. I've purchased several things now. I had this lavalier some time ago. This is an I'll give the name out when I actually can remember what it is. It's a higher quality lavalier mic than I originally had, which I'd gotten at Radio Shack. So it should record fairly decent sound, particularly when it's going into the camera, and especially if I plug it into, and I can use this XLR adapter for it as well, and plug it into the XLR port on the bottom of the external recorder. So those are the things that I've been experimenting with. I'm still not totally, one of the things that I did and I wrote about was Levi Sim, who's a friend that I met at the Outer Chicago conference last June, and a writer for Photo Focus, and it seems to be all over the place, working with Scott Kelby's group and so on. But he suggested putting a diffuser on these lights, and I think that helped a great deal. And all I did was put it, and I'll show some pictures of this in the video, but I just put some simple white cloth over the light. And although these are fluorescents, they still get a little bit warm. So I used some just desk clamps, office clamps, to keep the material away from the bulb and from the rim itself. So that was a help, and that's what this is all about, is people making suggestions to me and my learning from my mistakes, and you as well learning from them. You also learning from those mistakes, hopefully, and we'll just keep moving forward, and eventually I'll get to a point where I'll do a video on something that's meaningful and is really my whole reason for doing this, and talking about using your camera more effectively and having more fun with it. So thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.